Brother Harrison.
Brother Historian, how are you today, sir?
I'm very well. I'm very excited to watch with you. Dude, where's my aircraft?
Historian, did you lose another airplane? How many? Like, you gotta park them, or you'll remember them. Like
damn it!
Or a stop sign or something.
It was right there. Sometimes I'm very stupid. I have a few beverages and I forget where I put my plane. These things happen.
No, that's what you get for living in Vegas.
That's right. Anyway, we're watching. One of our aircraft is missing, right? That's what it's called?
Yes, one of our aircraft is missing. A World War II propaganda film from the British side. Basically, I only watched this once a couple weeks ago, and I don't really remember that much about it. But I remember that I found it rather interesting and that I enjoyed several parts of it immensely.
No, it sounds very good. Just that title is very odd to me. One of our aircraft is missing. I wonder if that's something that like a guy said in real life, like a Houston we have a problem kind of thing or something. But I don't know. Just imagine if every movie out there was titled as plainly. You know, some are. There's we bought a zoo. That's a very plain description of the story. But Jurassic Park would be called "These Dinosaurs Be Crazy, Y'all." No, but it's a very strange title, and I like these. And unless you have anything further, sir, let's just go ahead and jump in, shall we?
Produced with the full cooperation with the Royal Air Force and the Air Ministry, and above all, the Royal Netherlands Government in London. In the summer of 1941, 5 Dutchmen were executed by the
Herrenvolk
for assisting in the escape of a British aircrew. These are their names. These are real men.
They're all farmers? Am I reading that correctly?
Their villages were... Dang.
Their village was Oud Baderland?
Hey, those are real men, historian. Yeah, props to them.
Here.
Sunday morning, 4:26 a.m. on... dang, I not read these fast enough.
2 of them were 52 years old, and the others were in their 20s. I noticed.
Well, the Gestapo were not exactly known for discriminating.
I think that's true.
Emperor landed 0426. No sign of any other aircraft about. Still no sign of B for Bertie. Over.
Yes, they're all back now except B for Bertie.
Oh?
B for Bertie, is that you?
I bet you this is the one that goes missing.
I'm not sure if the aircraft is missing, but the crew most certainly is.
What the hell? Where'd they go?
It's a ghost! It's a ghost airplane! Either that or... Actually, yeah, this reminds me of a story I once heard from Mark Felton on Mark Felton Productions channel. He told this story about this aircrew, the Sherman aircrew, in a Heinkel 111. Anyway, they got hit over London, so they bailed out. But the plane kept going. I think it almost got all the way to York before it managed to crash land in a field.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Speaking of crash landing, nope.
Oh!
Other operations. One of our
Pretty solid effect there.
British National Films Limited presents the story of One of Our Aircraft is Missing by Emmerich Pressburger.
Okay. It's probably based on a journalism, like a newspaper article or something?
I guess so, with the crew of B for Bertie.
Pilot speaking. Pilot speaking. Testing into comms. Come on, Shaw. Second pilot.
Bank Chalet Observer.
Obashny, wireless up. Jeff Hickman, front gunner, all correct.
Interesting way of introducing the characters.
George Corbett, rear gunner.
It's a tremendous credit sequence. The obvious comparison is Fury, right? Which I know we both love, but it feels like a very Fury type setup to me.
And in Holland. Which was-
Somebody's named Googie. I saw.
And on the North Sea, naval officer, 1st German Airman, 2nd German Airman.
David Lean edited what? Director of Bridge on the River Kwai, Lawrence of Arabia, David Lean. If that's the same, if that's the same David Lean, that's crazy.
We're gonna have to look that up afterwards.
Yeah. For the Archers by Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, who sounds like a journalist to me.
Distributed by the Anglo-American Film Company. B for Betty crashed on Sunday morning at 4:31 a.m., but our story starts some 15 hours earlier. That guy was just assigned as the co-pilot,
Yes. Right.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Stuttgart,
Yeah.
the Mercedes-Benz works. Will all operational crews report to briefing at 14:30?
A portrait of His Majesty the King.
Well, up you, Skipper. Up you, Tom. Nice Halifax postmark.
Some letter.
Halifax again.
Oh, it's for my fiancée.
What, both of them? You got two?
And the other's from Dad.
To
Certainly not the future, Mrs.
No, it's not the Mr. Turnsall. He's too British for that. He's not
Right.
British enough. I'm going to get shot for that. The Welsh are going to hate me for that.
We won't have to wait long.
Here comes Corbett, singing and dancing as usual.
Billiards off lunch? You going on this flight, isn't it? No, I'm an officer.
Hazel says don't forget tomorrow night.
Hazel Mason, Home and Forces program.
9:40. George, what are you doing tomorrow night? Tomorrow? 9:40. Thank you. No, you're listening to my wife. Home and Forces program. In fact, tonight. I'm flying tonight.
Oh, we didn't know you were on ops, George.
I saw the group captain. That is my last night. He's agreed to let me go. Sorry if one of your head, Skipper.
Well, that's all right. Glad to have you with us. Hey, fellas?
You're honored, Sir George.
By the way, I suppose Hopkins has been told about the switch.
I suppose so.
Can't see Hopkins' face, wouldn't you, Frank?
Well, Hopkins. Well, son of a gun. I don't believe it. You're pulling my leg. Oh, Hopkins. Mister? Sorry, but you won't be wanted tonight. I see, sir. Bad luck.
Son of a...
I don't believe it. Hey, he's pulling my leg.
You're not going. Can I have your silk stockings?
Oh, I suppose so.
He's supposed to be American.
This is camouflage net?
Best quality, $3 a pair. They keep you warm as My girl ever finds out, I'll let
Just you tell her Bob Ashley wore them. She'll be as pleased as punch.
Boy, I wish you could have seen that run of Welsh's, a run worthy of the great Bob Ashley himself. It had all the earmarks of an Ashley special. So it's a free kick against the Allied forces.
Free kick. Now look out for Welsh.
Not Welsh.
Not Welsh? Hear that, Len? I'd like to see anybody else take it.
Of course it'll be Welsh.
Compton will take the kick.
This is a tense moment. The ball is on the spot. Welsh is going to kick.
What did I say?
Welsh is just going to take the kick. Come on, Welsh! Welsh has kicked. No, he hasn't. He's jumped over the ball. Compton's taking the kick. Compton's the man. Goal! Well shot, Compton. Well, that was a surprise.
Not to me.
Nen, cope with the stand indicator, will you? It's stuck again.
Okay, I'll fix it.
How's Bertie?
Perfect, sir. New coat, full stomach, Bertie's a gent.
Fine. Bring the car back about 4.
Did they fix that oil pressure, Jimmy?
Man, can you imagine what it'd be like having to fly one of those things?
No, I cannot.
I told you
Different
what-
world.
Indeed. I mean, I think I told you that story that I was once on top. I once got to go inside of a surviving B-17 from World War II.
Sure.
Those guys, those flyers, they were midgets, every single last one of them. Like, I'm 6'2", and I was bent double over the whole time I was on the airplane. And that's made for Americans who are a lot taller than the Brits.
Right. Like they're almost lucky they were all like malnourished as children, so they all grew up so short.
Yeah. I mean, most of these guys here, they're supposed to be like in their their mid to early 20s.
Right.
I mean, if I went back in time and I had to fight World War II, I would be considered an old man. I mean, I'm 29.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Let's see. At 41, I'd be a general, or I'd have to be, I guess.
Either that, or you'd be a. Would they even accept you?
Yeah. Probably
maybe
no.
Maybe a Ukrainian or a Russian partisan.
Sure.
Get caught behind the lines.
We would be like the Goliaths of that age. Just walk in, and like they're all just like this tall.
The Navy and the Air Force, yes, and the tankers.
Right.
I think the infantry, they wanted big guys.
Oh, sure.
Flare path calling. Q for Queenie. Q for Queenie. 2137. 2137. You may take off now.
I noticed there's no film score. It's a very quiet film.
It is very stripped down and sort of cinema verite, like a realistic.
Utilitarian filmmaking.
Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah.
Very British.
Yes. Well, it's a very particular style too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to, tug your heartstrings. They're just kind of showing you this is what happened.
Yeah.
Flare path calling. B for Bertie. B for Bertie. It is now 2140. 2140. Off you go.
I don't know. I think about like in the 2000s when they were doing all that like shaky cam stuff. Like every movie that was like very realistic and gritty had to be filmed with like a handheld camera. Like this kind of feels in that similar vein.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate shaky cam.
I understand. I guess I don't hate it, but I understand people who do, certainly.
Like, dang it, filmmakers! I'm trying to watch the darn movie and I can't see it because it's just...
Yeah. It looks like a cell phone video. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really grateful they didn't do that for like Lord of the Rings.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Even when they do like mobile camera shots in Lord of the Rings, it feels very like they're the weirdest shots in the movies to me. Like just thinking about when like Aragorn picks up the crystal ball that you can see through. I forget what it's called, but like
the Palantir.
Yeah. But the camera suddenly gets very mobile and it's like doing like close-ups and it's like moving around. It's like I don't know. It feels very out of place with the rest of the series to me.
Well, I think it was supposed to be like that because he was like going quote unquote face to face with like the personification of evil in Middle Earth. So
Sure. No,
it would be.
Absolutely, yeah. That makes sense. But the rest of it is, these big sweeping tracking shots, and then it kind of goes to like a guy holding a camera. Like you say, it's probably supposed to feel out of place, but
Whatever happened to the good old fashioned epic sweeping shots?
yeah, it's mostly dead. The only guy still doing it's Ridley Scott, and his last movie was a fucking flop, so he probably won't even do it anymore. Though he's making that Napoleon biopic that
Yes, I saw that.
very psyched for.
Emperor Commodus is back, baby.
Hell
But he's
yeah!
French. but he's a Gaul this time.
You know, I played in Stuttgart with my club.
Although, wait a second.
1938.
Napoleon was born on the island of Corsica, and had he been born like a couple years earlier, he would have been Italian, not French.
Oh my God! It's a me, Napoleon. I'ma take over to Europe.
One, anyway. What do you know about the girls in Stuttgart, Jeff?
I know a nurse from Stuttgart.
That's funny. Mine was a nurse.
Was her name Lisa?
No, Ilsa. What was your nurse like?
Oh, she was a big blonde job. But now I cooked it. She worked for a doctor in Gerrard's Grove.
Again, the comparison I come back to is Fury. This all feels very Fury to me.
Yeah, well, the guys in Fury were typical Americans, loud, obnoxious.
Absolutely.
And these men are prim and proper Britishmen.
Right. Composer was a Jew, I believe.
What was your nurse like, Skipper?
Ilsa? She was blonde, too.
Was she a good cook?
She was good at everything. My next nurse wasn't half so good.
You seem to specialise in nurses, Skipper.
Well, I did that. I was only 2, you see.
Had you there, Jeff?
I've seen snaps of my father's album. He was with the Reparations Commission. Stuttgart was the capital of Württemberg, you know. It used to be a kingdom on its own.
That's right.
Stuttgart, yes.
The paper there is called the Württemberger Zeitung. Liesel used to read it to me out loud.
Over Dutch coast.
Grandfather had quite a few stories about going through Holland during the war.
Oh, I bet.
I told you I recently read his war journals. My cousin had transcribed. Amazing what he went through.
Yeah, we talked briefly about that, but yeah, that's insane. I can't even imagine. That's
Jeff?
Yeah.
George?
someday I should like to read those, sir.
Yeah. Is it supposed to be night or no? Wait, they were coming back from.
God.
That thing crashed at 4:30 in the morning, so I would imagine that this is late at night.
Always hard to say because of the black and white and just how they light scenes back then. But yeah, I think you're correct.
Filming day for night. I mean, bomb. Like, oh, yeah. There go the.
Flak, as it were.
Your call seems all right, Frank.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think the British were crazy enough to do daylight bombing raids.
Yeah, that would be silly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was silly. That's why they let you guys do it, the 8th Air Force.
Cologne just got off the air.
I don't blame them.
Railroad ahead, red bow.
Oh yeah, they didn't have GPS back then, so they had to
Sure.
look for landmarks.
It's kind of dead reckoning, right?
Yeah.
Trouble on that line.
Like, all right, at this point, you should see a river. Follow that. And at that point, after you've gone about 100 miles, you'll see a red barn. Turn right, and then follow the road, and then hit your target. And then when you hit the target, you'll have to follow this other stream or river or railroad or highway. Are they dropping leaflets? They are. They're dropping leaflets.
Dropping the propaganda. Propaganda away.
From the correct side, from the winning side, I might
Right,
add.
right.
Are they dropping champagne? Hey, that's a perfectly good waste of a bottle right there.
On a course, John, over River Necker.
Are they hoping it lands in a field and doesn't shatter?
I don't know. Maybe it's like from your friends in England or something
Yeah.
like that. I think that's genuine bombing footage.
Probably
Watch.
so. Yeah. Very good special effects for that era, if not.
What's
But-
this thing? River Necker. Let me see for target. I remember you telling me during one of our first recording sessions that you wanted to make a whole film out of stock footage with like an understandable plot.
Try to string together like a coherent, cogent story just out of stock footage. Yeah, that's a funny experiment, I think. Absolutely. Maybe better in theory than in practice. I don't know.
Well, everything's better in theory than in practice. Well, no plans to buy his first contact with reality.
Fair.
Is he strafing the ground, or what's he doing?
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Mike Tyson. The great wise man Mike Tyson said that.
Mike, bite the ear off Tyson.
Yes. The very same. We talked a little about Dunkirk before we started filming. Just remember the wonderful, wonderful Tom Hardy performance when all you ever see in the movie is his eyes. He's wearing the mask the whole time, and it's just such a great performance. I like that guy.
That'll be Tommy.
Indeed. Yeah, he's a great actor. I'm trying to remember what movies I've seen him in. I've seen him in Batman.
Sure. Mad Max.
I haven't seen him in Mad Max. I never saw him in Mad Max.
Oh, okay. It's very good.
Inception. Saw him in Inception.
Star Trek Nemesis.
Yes, I have seen him in Star Trek Nemesis.
Yeah.
All right, do another stick.
And bombs away.
Arm doors.
Have they not dropped it yet? Oh.
On those hit.
Okay, let's go down.
Going down.
You're getting closer to the guns.
This whole sequence is really cool. Just the no music, just the very sort of punctuated noise, like.
Yeah. George Lucas, when he watched the original Dam Busters movie, that's what inspired him to do like the battle scenes for the space battles in Star Wars.
The original what movie?
The Dam Busters movie. Basically, it was a film adaptation of the British bombing these dams over in Germany with these specialty like skipping bombs.
Right.
And that's what inspired him to do like the trench run.
Oh.
Because they had to come because the British bombers had to come in at a certain speed at a certain altitude for a certain length of time,
sure.
so they could correctly skip the bombs across the surface of the water.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Shall I transmit, sir? Mission completed.
Oh no.
You jinxed us, you imbecile. Never say that. Don't call the alligator Big Mouth until after you cross the river.
Until you're back home and on the ground. That's when you say it's completed.
Indeed. I mean, I did that earlier with like the tech goblins, and we both remember what happened there.
Right.
I lost power twice in as many minutes.
Exactly.
All right, Skipper. We saw them out.
I need something harder.
How about it, Bob? Completely cheesed, sir. All tubes blown.
Cheesed?
Cheesed.
All set. Shortest route
Completely cheesed? I've never heard that term outside of like someone saying, "Oh, I cheesed the boss in this one game level." But
I guess in context that means broken beyond repair.
I guess so.
Perhaps
He-
they taste filthy.
he's eating the code book. He's eating the code book.
I'll try a steep dive. Hang on, everybody.
It tastes hurt.
It's no use, chaps. You'll have to stooge home on the one engine.
Well, the engine's gone. See, with that kind of aircraft, one engine, it's basically a death sentence. Well, we saw what happened to it earlier, so.
Yeah.
Stuttergrass, Charles Sherry Street. What is with these Dutch names and they're I gotta speak like a golf ball in each cheek. If I pronounce it correctly. Arnhem, I know that name.
Utrecht. Okay.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. There we go.
Yeah,
Recognizable landmark.
you can actually pronounce those.
Right.
Shall I get out and push?
Where are we, Frank?
Should I get up
Hull
and
of
push?
Hammersfoot. Can you see a railroad?
I'm not sure. How about you, Tom?
Yes, I think so.
That's the main line from Hammersfoot to Hilversum.
Gosh, that's one of the foot engines packing up now.
And the engines have had it.
Right. Going down.
We're gonna have to jump for it, boys. Yep. Sir, George, Frank, Bob, Tom, stand by to abandon aircraft. Stand by to abandon aircraft.
That's the one thing you never want to hear when you're on a
No.
plane.
Things have gone catastrophically wrong.
So we're trying to put together our best.
Things have gone completely pear-shaped.
Right.
Bail out along the railroad. Skipper's the last one to leave. If he stays put, and we all follow the railroad northwest, we're bound to find each other.
And granted, I'm scared of heights, so this would be the only reason I would ever willingly jump out of an airplane.
Oh God. Misery.
Well, Geronimo.
Tom, jump.
Banzai!
Oh no.
That's real footage.
Yeah, has to be.
Frank, jump.
How far apart do you think they would land? Like half a mile from each other? A quarter mile?
Jump.
More than that, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember hearing stories from D-Day. But like, they were supposed to when the paratroopers dropped on D-Day, they were supposed to be like in with like a 1,000, like a football-sized area.
Right.
They got scattered for like literal miles.
Damn.
Yeah.
Don't account for how fast that plane's moving. Certainly.
Yeah. Of course, they were like on the deck, and the pilots were getting shot at, and the pilots just basically pedal to metal.
Right.
Just floored it.
Right.
So these guys are parachuting into occupied Europe in the dark.
Fun.
And they're also under orders. If I believe that the British pilots were under orders. If you get captured, you have to escape. Like, basically, did you ever see what's it called? The Great Escape?
Oh God, Clint Eastwood?
No, Steve McQueen.
Oh, okay. No, I have not.
Yeah. Basically, there's a scene in that movie where the British officer, the ranking British officer, the ranking British prisoner, talks to the German commandant, and the commandant's basically saying, "Will you just please tell your men don't escape? We'll sit out the war nice and quiet here." To which the British officer says, "Sir, I am under orders to cause you as much of a headache as possible."
Straight up tells him.
Yeah,
Baller move.
Basically, he's like, "Yeah, I basically, you have to use so many troops to guard us here, troops that could otherwise be sent to the front lines."
Right. Yeah, good tactic.
Yeah, it's got a young David Attenborough in it as well.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah, he was one of the 50.
I was thinking of, I think, Escape from Alcatraz. I believe that's the Clint Eastwood one.
Yeah. Great Escape. It's a true story. And basically, David Attenborough's character, I can't remember his name. I think it was named. Basically, he came up with this idea that they were going to tunnel out of the camp, which they did.
Right.
And his plan,
Right.
his plan was we're going to get 200 guys out, and the Germans will have to use like whole battalions to try and get them. However, they only managed to get 74 out, and of the 74, only three managed to escape back to Allied lines. The rest were captured, and 50 or lined up against the wall and machine guns.
Damn.
It basically this camp that they were in. It was basically like, let's put, all right, these are all these British prisoners. All these prisoners, they are the ones that escaped the most. Let's put them all in one basket. All the bad eggs in one basket. And they Pikachu face when they escaped again.
And then, then we make a plan of campaign. Decide what to do and what not to do. Don't you agree, Tom?
Bushwhack all the way to the coast and find a dinghy.
Then,
Start paddling.
Sure.
act accordingly.
Their commander guy is not Alec Guinness, but he's got a little Alec Guinness about him, like Bridge on the River Kwai era.
Stiff upper lip and all that.
Yeah, right.
That-
Probably describes like 90% of British men of that age from that era. But
Yeah.
Here and now, and it's each man for himself, or we stick together, and somebody must command. Separating. What do you for yourself, George? I'll put another question. Do we surrender, or do we try and get back home? Well, what do you think? Right.
yeah,
Thank your navigator. Where are we?
How would you?
dumb question.
How would you answer that question? Like, in all seriousness, like you're in hostile territory, no idea whether or not the locals you meet are friendly or not,
Somewhere here.
and
There's Hilberton to the west.
like
Amsterdam
there's like a 1 in a chance in 100 that you're gonna get out. Don't shit.
South of Haarlem.
By like just 100.
Zandvoort.
If I have another power outage, so help me.
Is it storming over there? Is the dick
No,
waving
no.
contest continuing?
No, Thor and Zeus, they had their massive dick waving contest last night, but it's been the weather's been shit all day.
Right.
So
Now look here, what are we going to do about that?
there must
We've got to get into civvies somehow.
civvies.
George doing?
Going swimming?
Where?
Taking off his scarf.
How do you know there is one?
There's always a canal in Holland.
There's always a canal in Holland.
He's going swimming.
Closer to have none. I'm going to be a swimming Dutchman and spy out the land.
Ah, he's gonna go. He's swimming up another canal to now
Ah,
land,
good scouting plan.
I can.
Well,
but they,
Good enough.
but they don't speak Dutch.
I think
Little bit of a problem.
a swimming Dutchman, my lad.
Oh, he's the Dutchman.
Somebody coming, I think.
Uh oh.
Okay.
Some cows and a cow and some kids. Oh, and some ladies. And nein sprechen Sie Deutsch, mein Herr.
yeah. What are you babbling about?
Oh crap, the dog.
Oh no.
Oh, they're just a bunch of kids, so let's pray that they're not German sympathizers.
Their tongues can wag just the same.
Exactly. Go away, Vicky. Go away, Vicky. That dog. That dog. Go away.
They're pretty well hidden up there, to say.
And they're found.
Oh no.
I'd rather surrender to you than the Germans.
Bevreesd. Niet rennen weg. Ik vrienden. Engels. RAF. R-A-F. Ja, Royal Air Force. Ben jij een vriend? It's all right, he says they're friends.
Oh,
Let's get down and talk to them.
Oh, good. Thank goodness.
He asked if we come to invade Holland.
not quite yet, boy.
Yes.
Come on.
We're here for your chocolate.
Hello,
Hello.
Young fella, we jumped out of our aeroplane. Bailed out. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Where's number 5?
5, 6 alley, 6 disparu.
That's French.
Well,
That's better than nothing.
There he is.
I mean, people being multilingual is more common over in Europe than it is over here.
Very much so. Yeah.
Hier ergens. Heb je hem niet gezien?
I mean, I'm kind of catching 1 or 2 words they're saying, but
Hogan. your names?
Willem, Maartje, Jannie, Henry.
Jan. Tom. Jeff. Frank. George.
Wij gaan speelt. Weilen.
That's what the safety pin.
Tegenop, boven, tegenop.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Ja, ich bereit.
What's this safety pin game?
Well, it's a sign against the Germans and Quislings. Safety pin means, keep together.
Ah.
Oh.
Ah, so it's sort of like the old Christian fish symbol back in the day of the Roman Empire.
Sure.
Her name is Els Meertens.
Ze is een schooljuffrouw.
Well, apparently she's a schoolma'am. Sounds useful over there.
Is dit een party van Holland?
No, young fellow, we have not come to invade Holland yet.
Yes.
Yet. Him and his 5 friends.
Kind of a debate going on in there, I think.
Yeah. Quite the lively debate.
What are all these milkmaids arguing about?
I don't know. I don't speak Dutch. The only thing I know about Holland is that they have chocolate, lots of tulips, and windmills galore,
Yes.
and canals, and lots of canals. And also, at this time, the royal family of Holland was actually in exile in Canada.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, actually, there's a story about that. The
No one's left the house.
I can't remember if it was the queen, the crown princess of Holland. She was expecting her, I think, first or second child when she came over, and there was this law saying that basically that children only born on Dutch soil could inherit the royal title. So
Okay.
basically, the Canadian government at the time said, "Yeah, this hospital room, yeah, that's Holland now. You have to have like a passport and everything." Apparently, I think it's still in effect too. Could be wrong though.
That one hospital room is still Holland?
Yeah, it's technically speak like an embassy or something like that.
Fantastic.
How do you do, Miss Meertens?
She speaks English.
My name is John Glenhagen. And these...
The identities of all 5 of you are naturally of the greatest importance to us, but I think if you don't mind, we prefer to check them for ourselves.
Excuse me, Miss Mertens, but how do you propose to find out if we don't choose to tell you?
I see you wear an identity bracelet. I'm sure you can tell me your friend's name.
Ah.
Can you or can't you?
Oh.
Of course I can. I've known him a long
I
time.
didn't ask you how long you had known him. What is his name?
He's Mr. Tom Earnshaw, our second pilot, of course.
Right. But that means you can't prove that your aircraft has crashed.
Not exactly. Might have gone on for miles.
Would it surprise you to know that so far as is known, no aircraft has crashed in West Holland during the night?
Yeah, because it crashed in East England.
Oh.
What do you say, John?
Don't ask me. Your witness.
And where are your parachutes?
Your witness?
They buried them.
All 5?
5 are all we know about.
What do you mean by that?
There were 6 in my crew.
You are captain?
Yes?
Where is the 6th man?
I don't know. We never found him.
I see. And where did you bury your parachutes?
Now look here, Miss Mertens, I've had about enough
You
of this.
don't know.
But of course I know, along the railroad where we landed.
Can any one of you prove beyond any reasonable doubt that you are what you say you are?
Well, I'll bet you could have never heard such a thing in my life.
But miss our uniform.
Prove now.
Why not?
Anybody could get anywhere. If some people were anxious to find out how we would behave towards English airmen, wouldn't that be the simplest way?
Oh, she thinks they're
You
Nazis.
think we've come here to get you to give yourselves away? But we're English, miss. We wouldn't do a thing like that, would we, Frank?
You're not so sure about the others.
What are you trying to make me say? Of course I'm sure.
What is the name of this gentleman?
Come on, John. This is Frank Shelley, he's an actor. And his wife is to broadcast tonight.
9:40, Home and Forces program.
Frank, this afternoon, contrary to mess regulations, I saw you tearing a large piece out of the Times. You got it on you? I think that's the sort of proof Miss Meertens wants.
Here you are. Broadcasting. Home and Forces program. Sunday, 9:40. That's tonight. Hazel Mason. There's the date, and there's the date on the newspaper.
Germans can't fake that.
Yeah. It's an incredibly deep cover, if indeed a cover it is.
Yes, this is yesterday's Times.
No witness. Does that satisfy you, Miss Milton?
It will do, I think. I'm going to show it to the others.
You know, you're not the only one that had the doubts.
Not the only one.
Well, some of us thought you'd sent for the Nazis.
I thought Airmen had better eyesight than that.
Nice.
What a girl. You say, what a girl.
She said they shot you down in flames, Tom.
What did you mean by that crack about our eyesight?
Something we've missed, of course. Something in this room. Well, let's find it.
Orange blossom. Orange blossom?
What's orange blossom got to do with it? That's the Oranier altar. Orange altar. To honor Queen Wilhelmina. Why orange?
You know, William of Orange, the House of Orange, shows the loyal.
There should be a picture of the Queen, too.
Oh,
Eh?
clever.
White Foxy. That was Milton's. What a girl.
All right, we heard you the first time.
Gentlemen, won't you come in?
Thank you.
Peter Storch, your host, gentlemen.
Nou, beste jongens, ik zal het maar in mijn moerstaal zeggen. Maar ik ben erg blij dat jullie hier gekomen bent. Met al onze vrienden hier. En ik heet jullie daarom van harte welkom hier.
Won't you sit down? Please.
Thank you. This is very good of you, but aren't you short of food yourselves?
Sometimes, but don't worry, we have enough for our friends.
Dit was een NSB-varken. Van de stien geslacht.
He says, don't worry, eat him. He was a Quisling pig.
A Quisling's pig, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. The pig probably didn't have political loyalties.
Do pigs have political loyalties?
I don't know. They're very smart. So they
Yes.
say.
It is true.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
I assume he said some sort of cheers or for health or something.
I know Gesundheit is German for God bless you, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here's this poor kid just staring at the food.
Zo, image. Bob's brain.
So hang on, these people just sat around this table watching these Englishmen eat.
I'd be worried.
I couldn't do that. I think I told you that story about my family and I went down to Guatemala for March break back in 2014, 13, one of those two. I can't remember exactly. And we had a tire accident where it blew out, so we had to stop in this one place that was like devoid of tourists. So my dad, being the only one who could speak the local language, Oaxaca, so I'll just go down there to this place called Pollo Popero, their version of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Okay.
Literal translation, country style chicken. And we walk in, and you can hear a pin drop. We're like head and shoulders taller than all these natives, and they're all staring at us. And I cannot enjoy the food because I just feel the back of my head staved in from the amount of eyes.
That does sound incredibly awkward. Yeah.
It was. I was just like, I'm just sitting there going, "Look at me, please. I'm trying to eat. I swear I'm not here to colonize you."
Right. Yeah. I guess I have a somewhat similar story, not involving dining, but I visited a very small village in the country of Fiji, on one of like the off islands where you have to take like a plane, then a plane, and then a plane to get there. And they were all doing like their like cultural like thing. They were all like sitting in a circle drinking their kava. You know, they had their pig in the pit or whatever. And I don't know, it felt so uncomfortable. Like I felt like I was like they were in like a zoo and I was like observing them. When really they were just like going about their day. And like you could see it in like the faces of the guys. They were like, fucking white person coming here, and I was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm so sorry. I don't want to, interfere. I'm just here to eat some good pig.
I imagine it probably tasted pretty good.
It was incredible, yeah. It was...
So you're the priest obliges. They like her because she hates the British. That is what she wants, so everyone is happy.
Oh, I see. A bit of camouflage.
Yes, we have our...
I see. They're talking about the escape plan. We were talking about.
As
So,
as we do on these things, then we check back in on the plot, and I have you explain things to me. But we go off on our tangents, of course.
Mhm.
Do you think we Hollanders who threw the sea out of our country will let the Germans have it?
That's true, by the way. They built like seawalls. Like that's why it's called the Netherlands, right? Is because it's like supposedly like a below sea level. A lot of it.
We will
Yeah.
find a way.
Oh.
But first we must...
Ever heard of the Dogger Bank? Basically, the Dogger Bank was this the land bridge that connected Britain to mainland Europe back in the day, and basically what happened was apparently one day there was like a massive tidal wave that just drowned the whole land bridge.
Oh damn.
Yeah, Dogger Bank.
So wait, like when you say back in the day, like what year are we talking about?
We're talking like 10,000 BC.
Okay, I was like back in the day, so like 1895. No.
What in the name of Satan?
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh, this poor bastard. Wooden shoes.
You know the old Yorkshire saying?
Dressing like the locals.
Eh.
I never hope to co-star.
I remember reading a big excerpt from my grandfather's war journal about how he went through Holland and he was seeing the native culture and costume, clogs, and everything.
Oh wow.
This poor guy. Like, I'm not sure if you agree with this, but if I were this guy, I think I'd rather be captured than be dressed up like a woman.
I mean, if it gets me home, I would do it for a week. Whatever. If it got me home.
Yeah, but then you'd never have to. But then you'd never live it down.
At least I'd be home.
Commandant. Can't even read that.
Commandant something in Arabic, I guess. I don't know.
Cursive. I don't
So-
think the Germans. Wait, no, I was about to say the Germans didn't have any Arab troops, but I just remembered they actually did have the SS had an entire Muslim brigade made up entirely of like Serbian Muslims.
That's right.
The
That's
Eastern
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to note that I think this is a very well directed film.
Mm-hmm.
I know David Lean edited it. I don't. It feels like he directed it with like the shot like behind like the windmill like coming down like that like to get to the caravan. That was very cool. Very David Lean-esque, I think.
Look at this guy, just paddling with no hands.
Can you do that?
I can do it with one hand. I've never been able to do it with no hands. Last time I tried doing it with no hands, I went over the handlebars.
Just ass over tea kettle, huh?
Yeah. Oh, German car. The Germans in a British armored car.
Oh.
Probably going on leave.
So the lady in the tavern was right to be suspicious, you might say.
And that's a rather picturesque country.
I agree.
I've always wanted to go over to Europe, mostly like the British Isles, and see Ireland and Scotland and all the places my grandparents came from.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to see the rest of Europe as well. Maybe one day.
I tried to go to England. I got to London, got to my hostel, and got horribly sick and had to go right back to Sweden. It was so sad.
You know, my buddies and I, we were planning on going to Iceland at the beginning of 2020.
Hell yeah.
You can imagine that didn't end up happening because of the cough that shall not be named.
Right, right.
Uh-oh. The Germans have found a parachute. They found the parachute of the missing man.
Just the armored cars are looking for. They'll sense they're searching villages and suspect we're in the neighborhood.
As long as they don't find our parachutes, we are safe enough.
They'll say where they're hidden. Where are they hidden?
Where are they hidden?
She says that they're quite safe. They're with us here.
With you?
Oh.
Quiet child.
Yeah.
Sorry, so they're in a Catholic church. Are they going to start speaking Latin?
You would think.
No. Ask. Oh. Well, crap. They've stopped. What's the Dutch word for oh shit?
Again, really, really great direction. Like, just showing all our characters' reactions to just audio happening. That's
Look at this pulpit. Look at this pulpit this priest is in.
it is extravagant.
Indeed. Oh, crud. Is he speaking Latin there? What
That was
is he
Latin.
saying?
Si iniquitates.
So this guy is subtly playing the Dutch national anthem.
Nice. Shades of Casablanca there.
And just to piss off the German
Hell yeah.
and distract them. Like, well, what you gonna do about it, boy?
As he walks away.
Hey,
Again,
yeah.
look, you see him in the mirror. What a cool shot. Dude,
Yeah.
this is so well directed. I like this a lot.
Can you imagine what these movies would look like if they were shot nowadays, like a shot-for-shot remake? It'd be so out of place.
Yeah. Serious. I mean, yeah. No, that's true. They would be. Like, very occasionally, there is, like, a sequence in a movie that reminds me of, like, this kind of filmmaking. Like, I don't know, like, the Coen brothers or something, or Tarantino will make something that looks like this, kinda. But...
Let's see. Dictatorial Army of... Here there gives permission for blah, 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 to... So in Nazi-occupied Europe, you had to have a permit just to go down the street to the next village over.
Sure.
Oh, I remember this bit when I would watch this movie for the first time. This is hilarious.
Same in England. Same everywhere. I got a young brother, you know. Regular little devil.
Oh, English boys, not as bad as see the school. German military post, 20 soldiers. Boys love to tease the sentries. They line up on the wall and sing, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a German by his toe."
And and boy is coming.
What's he doing at the post?
Uh-oh. German's coming out.
Nou zal ik je met pak slag hebben dat hij in kous en ten slag meer kon zien.
Marius, What are you doing at post?
Wist je niet hoe laat het was? Weet je niet hoeveel om 1:30 eten? Ik geneer me voor de visite dat lostrekt. Nou, boven naar je kamer. Heel even van daar. En straks kom je in pak slag.
Jij neemt het vlees naar boven en van de tafel en dan het vlees en
No son of mine is going to be a collaborator.
Right.
Take a switch to him. I don't care if they give you chocolate. You're not collaborating with them.
Right.
Vader, wilt u de tafel zegenen?
Anna, hoort u dat? De jong... De jong is a quisling. I am ashamed to speak so of a man of my village, but it is true. He is a traitor, paid by the Nazis. He is always trying to persuade us to fraternize with the soldiers at the post, and now he has sent them gramophone records to play. And my son has come. My son. We are all trying to bore them to death, and my son carries them gramophone records. And from that traitor to young. Geen eten voor Cornelis. En geen voetbalmatch.
No dinner for Cornelis. Father say he must not go to the football match. Poor Cornelis. He loved the football. All the week he's been so excited.
No, football's virtually a religion over there, so...
Right.
How do you say buried?
Dug in. More than meets the eye.
Yeah, very good. More than meet father's eye. Poor Cornelius. He very bad, but very cute. Yes, more than meets the eye.
A quarter guilder.
Hm?
Nou, wie is dat dan? Tintje, ik ben niet te spreken. A quarter guilder. Paid that quizzling by the stinking Germans. That's what my son pockets for helping to entertain German soldiers.
Meneer de Jong is daar, vraag naar Cornelis.
Oh, Traitor himself has arrived.
Right.
Ik kan niet gestuurd worden. Maar ik heb visite, ik heb een receptie, je moet hem weg.
Ah, cred.
Het spijt me dat ik lastig moet vallen. Spijt me.
Now just look at this guy and tell me that he just doesn't ooze sleaze.
He's a total slime
Ik
ball.
had
Like,
Cornelis even willen spreken, burgemeester. Maar dat kan andere keer ook
He just
wel.
waltzes in like,
Oh, eerwaarde. Ik zag u niet zo gauw. Hoe is het met uw familie in Loosdrecht? Kent u mij nog?
Ja, jou ken ik.
Ik herinner onze schooldagen, alsof het gisteren was. En is dat je aanstaande?
Even voorstellen. Dat is mijn neef Kees Jansen en dat is Julius de Jong.
he doesn't speak a word of Dutch. Oh, oh, oh.
oh?
Zo. Dus jullie willen liever niet met me spreken? Begrijpen jullie?
Get out of the way, we're gonna shoot this guy.
in Nederland zich zo
Although they are literally across the street from the German garrison, so,
Right.
vrienden zijn.
lock the door.
Smakelijk eten.
Girl, get out of the way. You speak English?
God, what a face.
Then don't shout.
You wouldn't dare to keep me here.
Yeah?
What an incredible villain face.
You, all of you,
He-
you're British airmen, the men we're looking for. Burgomaster Van Deren, you're risking your head. It's nothing to do with the Burgomaster. He'll be shot before he can prove it. Talking of shit, you wouldn't dare fire here.
Just try it.
Wouldn't we?
Oh.
Never argue with a man when he's got a loaded revolver to your gut. Oh, those must be the gramophones the kid gave them.
Right.
The Wilhelmus. Our anthem.
Oh, it's the Dutch national anthem. The kid swapped out the phonograph records.
Tremendous.
What is it, the radio? More like a gramophone.
So the traitor made the kid take the gramophones over to the Germans, and the kid, screwing him over, did that instead.
Oh, fantastic.
This guy's in deep shit.
Father, isn't it strange?
Wait a minute. Perhaps it's not so strange.
Oh, he's figuring it out.
Yes, but I do. Your German friends at the post asked you to send them some gramophone records, didn't they? And you chose my son for the honor of carrying them, didn't you? And you gave him a quarter for doing it, didn't you? My son. Well, he changed all your records for ours, and he chose some good ones too. All the records of our national anthem. Got all different labels, foxtrots, tangos, all pasted on so that the Germans wouldn't know what it was. Oh, your friends will, like you now, won't they, Quisling?
Oh, you are screwed, buddy.
Oh my word. His whole life is flashing before his eyes.
His eyes are just starting out of his head, too.
Yeah.
They won't think it's me. Why should they? Why shouldn't they? That's the point. The German said the Young sent some records. He didn't bring them himself. They all turned out for the Dutch anthem. Very funny joke. Let's start looking for the Young.
There they go, look here.
Uh-oh.
With fixed bayonets.
Oh no.
No move, my young.
They'll believe me if I tell them the truth.
You'll be shot before you can prove it, my lad. You said
Oh, hey!
you can't shoot me.
But
Can and will.
Hoisted by his own petard.
Indeed, that's the literal definition.
They shoot you later. Shot? I won't be shot.
Oh, yes.
Father! Help me. Tell me what to do. They'll be after me if they don't find me at home.
Evidently you know your friends. You don't think they'll believe you if you tell the truth, do you?
They believe everyone in Holland wants to kill them. They will shoot first and ask questions afterwards. You are a servant of God. You can't let them kill me.
You expect God to help you escape. But I think you were meant to fall into our...
He does work in mysterious. Now, I honestly wonder what happens to him. Because if I remember correctly, we never see him again.
Right. I think we can guess. I think we can probably figure it out. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Take him down to the basement.
Yes.
Get a couple of pillows for the surface of silencer.
Yeah.
Bury him in the basement.
Right. Why are they all dressed like Pugsley from the Addams Family?
That's how they. That's the uniform, I guess.
Yeah.
That 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, that signifies.
Oh. Oh.
Achtung! Achtung! Die Besatzungsbehörden erlauben nur eine Zuschauerzahl von 200 Personen. 50 müssen den Sportplatz unverzüglich verlassen.
What's he say? What's Jerry say? Our years, the authorities of occupation have the number in 200 of the crowd limited. 50 must the football field at once leave.
He's a fine cheek ordering other people about. What would the people do, Mr. Burgomaster?
What will you do in your own country?
In Yorkshire, let them take it over.
That would cause trouble.
Would that?
Many people might be killed or injured.
On both sides.
In Holland, we found a new system. If 50 are ordered to go, we all go.
Ah.
Oh.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Vollständig zu räumen.
As you were, it is equally forbidden that everybody should the sports field leave. Cancel the previous order and continue to enjoy the game. Please. Jerry seems a bit flustered.
Now we get on with the football.
Hey, you see? Dead easy.
I'll be bugger. That's the sixth man they lost.
Oh.
It is Bob. Well, I'll bet you get.
Wohnhaft zu Katweg. Ja, Sie wohnen Katweg. Oder jeder Person gestellt von der oben genannten, zwecks Requirierung von Fleisch,
What?
Gemüse.
District Commandant Armies, blah blah blah.
Broad English and pushing old men in canals.
Well, they shouldn't have got in such a flap.
Then you ran away leaving your parachute in the canal.
I thought it was time to get cracking, sir. I came back later, but I couldn't find it.
You wouldn't. The Germans had it by then.
Oh, did they, sir?
What I don't understand is how you could find the line and walk along it without Jeff spotting you.
No, I don't either. Perhaps he was asleep.
I certainly wasn't.
Did you see a train? About 6:30.
Oh, yes, sir. It overtook me. I hid.
Overtook you. You were walking the wrong way, my lad. Walking into
Oops.
Germany instead of England.
Then you met a shepherd.
His dog naturally bit you.
Yes, that's right. And then they took me to the village where, thank God, the school teacher spoke English.
School teacher? What was she like?
Okay. That's where I had my breakfast.
And then they passed you along from hand to hand by barge and ox cart
Bicycle.
and what have you, until you find yourself on the way to a football match and tell them you were Bob Ashley.
And they said, good gracious.
That's right.
They told me that a truck was going to take me after the game to some man called Joe or something or other.
Not Joe, Yo. It's a woman, not a man. All right. The name is Yo de Vries.
Half a minute. I smell the sea.
The North Sea.
Shags a Ragnar Lothbrok there.
Indeed. Blessed be his name, peace be upon him. They're almost home.
V for victory sign.
Oh yeah, there you go. Probably not V for Vendetta in this era.
No.
German.
Yeah.
How do you know it's German?
Heard them often enough in the last war.
They are being driven right into the German headquarters, it would appear.
Hope Mrs. de Vries has a weather eye open.
Belly of the beast.
Uh-oh. Down!
Ich bin der Chauffeur von Jo de Vries.
Ich bin Chauffeur.
Was haben Sie da auf dem Wagen?
Jawohl, mein Herr.
Da wollen wir selber nachsehen. Zeigen Sie mal her.
Oberleutnant Podell?
Hier.
Sie werden morgen kein Kalbfleisch haben, wenn die Wache die Kerle nicht hier einlässt.
In Ordnung, Wache. Passiert. Befehl, Herr Oberleutnant. Passiert.
Into the belly of the beast they go.
Indeed.
Machine guns to the left of them, machine guns to the right of them, machine guns ahead of them. Into the shadow of death drove the 6 airmen.
Right. Very poetic. It's almost like you're a writer or something.
Yeah.
Is that something you do? Do you write?
I've got one book out.
You've been known to put your pen to paper from time to time?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I would like to shout out the editing of this film. I know we saw David Lean edited it, but yeah, it is tremendous. Like they're like combining like light to light and shadow to shadow. It's very, very, very well done.
It is very well done indeed.
It doesn't just feel like some propaganda flick to me.
Mm.
He's a little too artistic.
Again, the Germans to unload the truck.
Nice.
So they're crawling into the big house. Oh, there. Are they sneaking into a German garrison? Because I can hear German voices.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
I definitely hear Germans.
Oh my god.
Well, there is a certain logic to that. To be the last place that any of the Germans would think to look.
It's the last place to look for them, exactly.
Hey Hans, where is the airmen? I don't know. Check the countryside, check the farmhouses, check the barns. Why don't we check our own garrison? Don't be a fool, Hans. They'd never be stupid enough to try there.
Meanwhile, Hans is one of the airmen. It's like, hey, whoa, where are the airmen? It's like, I don't know. They're obviously not right in front of me. How dumb would you have to be to ask me that question if you were one of the airmen?
$200 German soldiers right below them. That's not terrifying whatsoever.
Ooh, this reminds me of the climax of the wonderful film Adventures in Babysitting.
Never heard of it.
It's very good, and I promise you that makes sense. I'm not going to describe it, but it is very similar.
Go see it for yourself. So, hang on, lady, is your plan to hide them in the rafters of the German barracks? Because if so, points for sheer audacity.
Yeah.
Minus points for intelligence, because it seems rather counterintuitive.
Yeah. Points for chutzpah, negative points for intelligence. So I guess it cancels out.
Well, but then again, as I said earlier, it'd be the last place the Germans would be.
Just dumb enough to work.
Yes, it's one of those just stupid enough that it would work.
As the great Homer Simpson said, stupid like a fox.
Is that a mirror?
That's a very cool shot.
Ah.
Oh. I would be the one that would break the bookcase and just bring it all down on top of me.
Yeah, I would as well.
You are safe here. This place has good walls and floors. But talk as much as you want to, and you can take off those things.
Yeah, that's right. If they get captured wearing that, they're seen as spies.
Right.
It's tuned into the BBC.
Oh. Oh. Very crafty.
Just below here.
They're right above the officer's mess, she said.
Got to go back the way we came and come in by the front door. Or they might
Hiding right under their noses. Or above their noses.
Literally.
Yeah.
This woman's got nerves of steel. I couldn't do that.
Pity, isn't it? What's a pity? I never felt more like dancing in my life. Just imagine, officers' mess below, jetties all over the place, and no dancing. Those charming partners, too.
What time is it?
21:56.
Pity we've missed the news.
What time did you say it was?
21:56.
Hazel! Hazel Mason, Home Forces program.
Oh, your wife, thank you.
Oh, yeah, his wife's on the radio. That's right. Yeah.
Don't start singing, man.
Do you get like a young Alec Baldwin vibe from this lad?
Slightly. Can you imagine if a German walked in the room at that moment, just these 6 British airmen, like, was the hell's?
Yeah. Found them. They're right here, guys.
I think.
How was she?
Not bad. Not bad.
Yes.
Very good.
I hadn't thought about it till now, but we'd have been posted missing since this morning.
Matter of fact, I had thought of it.
I don't think the others have.
The better for them.
Still, I suppose Hazel knows about Frank by now.
No bound to repeat it to the BBC.
She's on tonight.
You know, that's funny. Them blacking out because of us. Of course, we do fly over here, eh, Frank?
What, Catfish? Yes, often. Oh, that feels like the end of a long tour with a cheap supporting cast. No good looking in there for small change, my boy.
You know, that's very significant. 5 of these woolens are German to 1 British. There might be something in that after the war. The driver of Yorkshire woolens through Holland. They might go for it in a big way. Only don't let anybody know I said so.
Oh, I don't promise, because of course I never told her anything but woolens. I can't cure myself of it.
Oh, what's so funny about woolens?
All right, don't get excited.
Well, which is the word no more about? British actors or British cloth?
The German opens the door. Can you imagine, like, Guten Tag, mein Herr. Was ist denn los?
Why are they all so awkward around her? God damn it.
I don't know.
Well, I think we know why.
Please. May I introduce?
No, you may not. I shall forget your names anyway.
Thank you.
Why did you do that?
Getting shades of that one character from Edge of Darkness. You remember the one woman who was in love with the German soldier?
Yes, yes.
I'm just an actor.
Very stern.
No Englishman would.
Yes, absolutely.
Except perhaps an actor.
Snub or compliment?
Compliment.
Anyway, the way you handle those Germans taught me something about acting.
It isn't so difficult. They're an unhappy people. I would rather be a Dutchman in Holland now than any German soldier. They want to believe that somebody is their friend. And that's a whole trick.
Dangerous trick for a woman.
You don't seem to think much of women. Besides, I have Louis and Willem. He was your driver. They're the only servants left, but they won't need me. I was afraid when I first started. Just as a pilot is afraid the first time he goes solo. Then after a few minutes, when he finds he's still alive, he begins to like it.
Ah, this is where we learn where she got her fantastic backbone from.
I guess so.
Your husband?
I'm not mad. He's in London. I'll give you his address.
But we heard.
I know. I spread that story myself. Nobody knows the truth. Not even but he's alive and in London.
But do you ever hear from him?
5 times a week. He's one of the Dutch announcers of Radio Oranje. Radio Orange.
Radio Free Holland.
We're two.
Oh.
On both sides of the channel.
Hence the orange blossoms when she was like, check your eyesight.
Yeah.
You may be here for days or hours. Depends on your air force. You can only get away if there's a raid.
You want to get back raid or no raid? Now look here, Mrs. DeFries.
Are you in command of this party?
He's just a Yorkshireman.
Are you in command?
Oh.
You are.
We have to get you back to England. You are not the first, and you won't be the last to leave this house for England. You'll reach the open sea in a fishing boat, and the fishing boat by a rowboat, and the rowboat through the cellar of this house, and to the cellar by a back staircase. The corridor which passes my door leads to that staircase. The corridor has 2 features, a sentry and a glass roof.
And so?
And so, if you were his commanding officer, what orders would you give him in case of an air raid?
Well, tell him not to stand about walking under a glass roof, I suppose.
Exactly. During a raid, the corridor is left unguarded. Now, do you understand?
Ah.
Everything is prepared. There's nothing to do now but wait.
Wait for the RAF to come over and drop a few eggs.
Sure. So she's actually like a badass, like freedom fighter on the Underground Railroad, basically.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Telling me.
I'd go crazy if I were one of these guys.
What, the butler?
No, the airman just stuck in that room. Who knows how long?
Oh, sure.
But being a Dutch woman, I think that Dutch water is a better drink than French champagne. I'm sorry I haven't been able to give you the food I would have liked to, but we haven't very much left. I mean, not very much left to eat. But we've kept everything else. We can think, hope, fight. I give you a toast. Louis. It has been our motto since the House of Orange drove out the Spaniards 300 years ago. Je maintiendrai.
Is that in English?
French, I think it sounded like to me.
Even for half an hour.
When did Casablanca come out? Was that like 41? Was Casablanca?
I think that was 43, actually.
Okay.
Because it was your lot were finally involved.
Yeah.
Humphrey Bogart.
Sure. Yeah, she feels very Ilsa to me, even though Ilsa wasn't necessarily the freedom fighter in that movie, but.
I know what you mean.
Come on, George.
You know, everybody's looking at me. After all, a diplomat, an actor here. I suppose it's my age. Well, my dear young lady, we can't offer you anything except our love, our gratitude, and our admiration for a brave woman and a fearless country. But we can promise you one thing: a growing help and attack which will sweep these Germans from...
Speak of the devil, and the RAF shall appear.
We're gonna kick their... Oh no.
No, they're waiting for that. They need to get out.
Oh yeah.
Come here, all of you.
And the Germans scurrying away in their underwear.
Dude, what a shot! What a shot! Are you kidding me? It's that little.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Little piece of it lit right there, just like the yeah.
The lighting and all that. Yeah.
That's what you're doing for us. Can you hear them running for shelter? Can you understand what that means to all the occupied countries? To enslaved people having it drummed into their ears that the Germans are masters of the earth? Seeing those masters running for shelter, seeing them crouching under tables, hearing that steady hum night after night, that noise which is oil for the burning fire in our hearts.
Good speech.
Indeed, very good speech.
Dude, they all look giant to me suddenly, because like I expected that tunnel to be like way bigger.
Uh-oh. Ah, crap. The sentry's still there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap. There's two of them. Calm down, lads. I know that you guys haven't seen a woman for the better part of a week, but still!
Keep your dignity.
So much for German discipline. Oh. It's gonna be three of them.
I think they've been sipping on the bubbly.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just got the chain between them.
Oh.
Smart. Oh, comes Fritz. And the Hawks, Fritz.
Hang on, let me put on my monocle.
So you got
Nice.
Crap, boy. Right, RAF, give him the old tally-ho.
Na endlich, Fritz.
Tally ho, chaps!
Yeah.
So,
All right, Mr. DeVries.
Yes?
How about it, Tom?
Kibosh.
Bob? KO. Frank. Jeff?
so one dead, 2 knocked out. What are they gonna do with the other 2?
Louis. Louis, waar ben jij geweest?
Was he in the boat the whole time?
You can't wait for the tide to turn or for the fishing boat. These 3 Germans are going to be missed.
What are you going to do with them? We can't leave on a spot like this.
Don't worry about me. Don't worry
Yeah.
about these Germans. We didn't invite them to our country, but we can take care of them once they're here. Louis, vlug.
We'll find a bomb crater and put their bodies out there. Make it look like they got caught in the blast or something.
That tunnel leads to the river. Watch out for a fishing boat coming upstream with 2 white diamonds on the starboard side.
2 white diamonds.
Try and contact the fishermen. If you can't, trust to luck. The danger will be at the swing bridge at the mouth of the river. It's guarded. You may be challenged. You must use your own judgment. Now hurry.
What about the course?
Due west. Steer by a light you will pick up 8 miles out. It's a German rescue buoy for their airmen who are forced down to the sea. Keep well to the left of it and watch out for E-boats. You have your compass?
Yes, I got it here.
E-boats, the German patrol boats, basically.
Mm.
Well, God bless you.
Good luck. Gonna need it.
Oh, they're all simping so hard.
Eh. I wouldn't call it that. It's more like they're very grateful.
Sure, there we go. Yeah, even better.
Eh, boy.
Oh, there we go. Oh, the old guy. The old guy got the sugar. William Holden looking motherfucker.
Did you hear that? Like, there at least one advantage of being old.
Yeah.
No, they got the camera in the boat. It's one of the few times where I'm okay with shaky cam.
But used sparingly
Yeah.
when it makes sense instead of just an entire movie.
Yeah.
Oh God,
This
this movie, dude.
This is where the fun begins.
Artistry.
Indeed. Now. So the Air Force has finally joined the Navy. Hell has frozen over. Gotta be quiet. Yeah, I understand why they want to keep quiet because they don't know who's listening. But
Sure.
if I were them, I would they'd be constantly telling me like, "Stop rowing so fast! Like, I want to get home."
Yeah. Let's get out of here as soon as possible.
Yeah. Uh-oh. The sentry. Now, I'm not sure how fast I could get that boat with an oar, but I know for a fact that if it was in a canoe, I could get a canoe going pretty fast where there's like a bow wake on it on the front.
Sure.
Yeah. Can't keep that up forever, but I could get a canoe moving pretty quickly if I need to. That's where the fun begins. And the tension. You can feel the tension in the air.
It's, yeah, cut it with a knife.
Like, no eerie music, no, like, quick shots, just...
Right.
We know what's happening. They don't make them like this anymore.
No, they don't. No. I mentioned the Coen brothers earlier. The only one I can think of that is remotely like this is No Country for Old Men, which has very little music in it.
Which I still haven't seen yet.
Very good, yeah.
Isn't that, what's the guy who plays, like, the psychopath? I know his name. Wasn't he in the Dune movie with one of the Fremen leaders?
Yes, Javier Bardem is who you're thinking of. Yeah, and the older brother from the Goonies, who also plays Thanos, is also in it.
Yes. Wait a second, Thanos was in the Goonies?
Yeah, Thanos was in the Goonies.
I know Samwise was in the Goonies.
I'm so happy to break this to you, but yes, both Thanos and Samwise were in the Goonies.
I gotta watch this movie. I have never seen the Goonies, and I need to.
Oh my God, man!
Hey, look, it's an '80s movie, and I'm a '90s kid. What can I say?
True. I'm not in a big hurry to watch a lot of 70s movies, and I'm an 80s kid, so I get it.
Go on, boyfriend.
Oh, there goes their chance of getting out. That was the boat they were supposed to be in contact with.
Starts to close.
Damn.
Stand by to cast off. And when I give the word, row.
Rode like mad.
Right.
Get set. Cast off.
Shove off, boys. Oh, I see what they're doing there. They're trying to stay under the bridge for as long as possible,
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I think.
Very slick.
Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yes.
Just keep swimming.
Exactly.
And, hey,
He's carefully orchestrating his men's paddling.
hey. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, scheiße. Oh, shit. Hey, boys. Nein, sprechen Sie Deutsch, mein Herr!
Oh no.
Keep down, everybody. Down, big Dan. We're not going to be caught. In. Out.
Oh.
Oh, he's hit. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Just keep going. Just keep going, man.
He's hit and he's keeping him going.
Our luck. They don't dare use searchlights because of our traps.
Uh-huh.
This also feels like the final scene of Children of Men, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I only saw the beginning of that movie. I stopped, unfortunately, right at the bit where... Oh. Oh, no. George? It's George? Georgie.
It hurt. Steer somebody.
Yeah.
You heard that, did you?
Attila.
Don't worry about that. Here. Jeff. Lie easy there. Here, pass me that sack.
Oh, Lord.
You all right now, George?
If I can stick it till morning, I'll do all right.
Monday morning.
Dang.
Oh, the German rescue buoy. So they...
I suppose this is what they call choppy. I call nasty.
So they'd taken refuge in a German rescue buoy. And these are the German pilots, I imagine. That must have been rather an interesting...
Awkward?
Yeah. Nope. Here come the German U-boats.
They've spotted us, sir.
Relax.
So they're underwater, in a room underwater, basically, what this buoy is.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
They'll be here in about 3 minutes, I reckon.
Mind if this comes out, we're going to be all right.
I don't want another tip to Holland just yet. Shut the hatch. They still jabbering, sir?
Yes. They're ordering these two stunts to sit craft and Freelands get here.
Diese verdammten Lausbuben, sie fügen schon eine Überraschung.
What are we going to do about Rosencrantz and Guildenstern?
You two stay put. Understand?
Alles in Butter, mein Lieber.
You know, you're far too cocky. You understand that, all right?
Like, hey guys, we're gonna be eliminated by our boys in a minute anyway. So
You need to have empty stomach anyway.
yes, that's supposed to be.
Some broth, soup, nutrient broth. I don't know.
Kraut stew, maybe. I don't know. Liver sauerbraten.
Do you like sauerkraut?
Nah.
Really?
Not a big fan of it. No.
I do like it as a sandwich topping. I didn't until I was aged like 36.
I tried brine cabbage once.
Right.
Never again. Oh wait. German. Speaking German.
Out! They don't seem to understand my German, sir.
He's one of those.
Oh.
Hey!
Oh. Well. Happy day.
God bless the Royal Navy.
That's right, 6 of us.
What are you birds doing here?
That's the same thing of you, sir. Isn't this Dutch waters?
Out of fact, we picked up 2 of them.
Yes? Are they your prisoners?
Well, we've been arguing the toss about that ever since we got here. They were here first and radioed their chaps for help.
Oh, I see their point. Technically, you're their prisoners.
What, 6 to 2? I like that.
Sir?
Got a bit too cocky, so they took their guns.
Well, legally, that weakens your status. But don't mind me, I'm embarrassed when I'm ashore.
Well, then we loosen the gate and help we drift.
You drifted, all right. Another hour with this tide running and you'll be in our own minefields. How long have you been in the pot?
Ah.
We saw you coming, sir. We thought you was Jerry's, sir.
Trouble with you fellas is you can't see anything unless you're 10,000 feet up.
We heard the radio listening event.
When did you hear that?
About 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes?
Nice.
Well, what are we waiting for? Get your fellas aboard.
One of us is wounded.
So this rescue buoy was on the coast of Holland, and they've been drifting across the North Sea for 4 or 5 hours.
Damn.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 4 hours, and they almost hit England.
Well, how do you feel about it? You do?
We can't do that. We're all the one crew, you see.
Besides, he wasn't even supposed to be on this mission.
Right. Not even supposed to be here today.
Oxen, aye, take this lobster pot in tow. Aye. What about the E-birds? That's the E-birds. Next up.
Oh, I'm glad he's gonna make it though.
That was going to be the end of our story, but first the actors.
This is a 1940s credit cookie.
Yeah. Still no music over this. And then the technicians. All of them wanted to know what happened afterwards to the B for Betty. So, 3 months later...
They have a post-credit scene.
That's all.
How very Marvel.
Oh, George survived.
Good.
And they've upgraded to 4-engine bombers instead of 2.
Yeah.
Well, George, this is the new kite.
Yes, that's more my size.
Right. The target's Berlin.
Netherlands
Sure that means Netherlands. Oh, there you go.
The Netherlands will rise again.
Sure. Which, obviously, very politically poignant back in those days. Brother Harrison, what did you think of I Lost My Aircraft, and gosh, I sure wish I could find it again. What did you think of that film, sir?
I really enjoyed it, actually. That's my second time watching it, and yeah, they don't make movies like that anymore at all. Like, I don't think there was any music in it whatsoever. You didn't need it because you could just tell what you're supposed to be feeling, like tension, relief, and all that stuff. And the way they shot some of those scenes, like the one thing you were geeking out about the courtyard, the blackened courtyard with the light coming through the archway. Just yeah, it's an amazing. It's a great made film.
I'm right there with you. I am surprised by how much I liked that movie. You know, you said it was a World War II propaganda film, which, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, they're fun to watch as, you know, historical devices. Maybe sometimes they're a B+ movie, but that was kind of A+ to me. I thought it was so incredibly well directed. You know, really great characters. Had sort of like the Fury setup. You know, as we said, you know, you got the collection of distinctive dudes in this sort of, you know, tight-knit environment. And, you know, we have kind of something I didn't say was that it reminded me a little of like the Anabasis, like the March of the 10,000, where like all the Greek soldiers are like trapped behind enemy lines, and, you know, the story is them like trying to get back home kind of thing. Yeah, I was shocked how much I liked that movie. It was all so good. You know, when you said it was a propaganda film, I was like, oh, we're gonna be like rah England, yeah, here we go. But instead we got this frankly incredible film. I really liked it.
Now, when I found this movie, actually, it was part of a double feature called We Dive at Dawn. It's basically it's about a British submarine. Now, hopefully next time, our next Wednesday episode will be about that film, if I manage to track down the copy of it. But yeah, this movie, yeah. What are we gonna give it? I'm gonna give it 4.5 Lancaster bombers out of 5.
Yeah, that's about right. 4.5 out of 5 Lancaster bombers. I like that.
Well, folks, I think that's all we have to say about this movie. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember to also subscribe to Historian's main channel and my main channel. Links down in the description down below. And yeah, until next time, guys. This has been your host, Harris MacArthur, Draco Pendragon, and the World Historian. Signing out. Be good, kiddos. Bye.
All right, kids, get out of here. We're done.